There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Global.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself. At that point, my dad calls and says, I hear you guys have been in hospital the whole day. How are you guys doing? Could I talk to him? And I say, he's just resting here. Once he wakes up, because we're doing dinner for him, then we will wake him up to talk to you. And that was the end of the conversation. And as I'm sitting down, two of my friends walk in, and I tell them, please talk to this guy. Figure out whether he's coherent or he's in his senses. And even as they walk in, so you remember I'm seated down, eh?
Yeah.
And these feet are so swollen, so I'm massaging these feet.
Yeah.
And as I'm massaging the feet, he slides slowly, and he just sits down. So I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? He's not responding. What's the fastest thing to do? And you remember we've just come in, eh?
Yeah.
The food is not even ready. So I take a pulse, and I could actually feel a pulse, and I say, let's rush back to hospital. Are you okay? Talk to me. So I tell my friends, I'm not very sure if this is a very good sign because I've not seen this. So can we run to hospital? So the gentleman took my car. We put him in front. I sat behind. My friend sat beside me. And I can tell you for sure that my hand was here and feeling for that pulse. And I could swear to you that there was a pulse.
Yeah.
And once we got to the hospital, you remember we've just reached home and come back.
Yeah.
And the nurses come and they're like, so of course the bell is pressed and it's an emergency and people come. And before we know it, the doctor is called back again because the nurses come and you see them go back. And then the doctor comes and he listens and he says, sorry, we lost him. Yes, just like that, he was gone.
What?
Done.
So the pulse you are feeling?
I don't know if it's my pulse or if the pulse was actually there, but if you asked me for sure, there was a pulse. And I could feel. Yeah. So we get there and the doctor says, sorry, looks like we have lost him. He's still warm. You're alive. Can you talk to me? What's wrong with you? Like, how can you stop talking? All I remember was biting my dress because I didn't know what to do. And you remember I've left my sister, so I'm just here with my friend. And my friend steps out and they also don't know how to deal. So I call the doctor and he says, I'm on my way. And so they put him on a side room. And I pick the phone and I call one of his friends and we would share phones. Call me. So once the friend saw the call and he just said, hi, how are you? You okay? Because he was calling the name. I said, no, that's not him. This is me. He's gone. He said, what do you mean? I said, yes, he's gone. And so they run and they show up. And the doctor has done his papers, he has confirmed, he has done, and now we are thinking, where are we going to? And suddenly you don't have a name, you are a body.
Wow.
Okay? And reality is sinking, you know? First you're not talking. Then now your friends are here and they're asking, could we see the body? Okay? And so we ask to go and view, and once we open the door like this, he's actually in that room, and he's on a stretcher, and they're washing him like this with a pipe. And I said, wow, this is what you said just a few minutes ago. And it dawned on me that he said, you know, you are not going to wash me today, somebody's going to wash me out in the open. So that was it.
Wow.
Yes.
That is heavy. But then another chapter opened.
Yes.
The people who had tried to snatch your things, now they're here.
These guys have had, and they come back. And so, of course, put this in mind still. that you're a young girl, you've just moved into town, you know nobody. My friends are my age mates. 26-year-old, where are 26-year-olds?
Yeah.
What can they do? Okay? So they are helping with the much that they can, and we have put in things together, and they say, so let's get a coffin. You know, it's hitting you. Let's get clothes. I'm like, no, we just had a wedding. They are clothes. Okay? So now I have to go to work and look for a coffin. So here I am. I went to
Montezuma, yes.
Montezuma, I remember. And it was difficult. You know, now, how are you looking for a box, you know?
You know.
That was hard. And I'm alone. So anyway, I get to choose, get to pick, and I come back home in the evening. And when I come back home, I remember just these like screams. And some of the relatives were screaming and screaming and saying, where are his things? You know, where? I'm like, wow.
They're not screaming for mourning.
It was difficult. And I remember
They're
somebody
about his
asking,
things.
where's the TV? Where's the? And I slid into my room and I just locked the door, and my sisters were like, Beatrice, sit still. And of course my friends were there and they were like, let them just shout. But what is also very clear is that as I walked into the compound, amidst these screams, the mother had come. This was 3 days after. And what she said was, translated loosely, is that you have let my child die without a head. So I did not understand this. So much later when I was asking, what does that mean? Because it's a saying in Luo, it means my child has died without a child.
Yeah.
But when were we supposed to have this child?
Exactly. Yeah. How long after marriage did he pass on?
1 year and a half.
1.5. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Of pain.
Of pain.
But I did this. What gives me such calm and such peace was that I never struggled to take care of him. Not at all. I never felt exhausted. I never felt like this is too much. No, not at all. I never saw death, in short. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
You never saw death?
No.
You hoped?
Hope that. And I guess, so today I now believe, and that's why I say, when he held on and he had all that hope, he would wake up, he would get low and he would wake up. But this day when he said, today I am done, let go of me, I don't remember saying, now it's okay, go. But yeah, I think he had also just, I can't take this anymore. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So now it's 3 days, there is people screaming here then.
Then another many days, because there's a challenge of when are we burying, can we move it to another, actually they wanted to push it another 1 month. But in my mind I'm thinking, wow, to sit in this for 1 month, and please remember I have a job to keep, I have a life, what's gonna happen? I had a few days at work and I was told, just once you're done you come back. So we've planned, got in a house, things are ready. We planned for the funeral, and somehow they have come back, and we are now working on this together, and we are writing the obituary advert. And somebody says, it's okay, I will take it, because we are wondering, what will you be doing? What will you be doing? Oh, okay, I can take it for you.
Dividing tasks.
Yeah, and I can take it for you. So the funeral service was supposed to be 10 o'clock in the morning. I get to, so where the funeral service was going to happen, there's a school there. So my sisters are in the school.
Yeah.
So there's no need to leave school and come back to the morgue and come again.
Correct.
So they are there waiting. And one of my aunties says, I'll go get the the flowers, so let's meet somewhere in church. And I go to the morgue, and I'm hoping that you guys are coming.
True.
Don't you all know that it's tomorrow? And I show up and I realize I'm alone. And I've driven and I'm right behind the hearse, and we get there and I go with my paperwork and I say, we're here to pick so and so. And he says, we don't give bodies to children. Yeah. So remember, I'm also very tiny, so you would easily confuse me for a child for sure. And he wouldn't budge. So even if you say I'm the wife, he said, I don't give bodies to children. So I come to this house, guys, and I said, these are the documents, please go pick the body, because they wouldn't allow me. And somehow they get the body and they put it in the house, and I drive behind them. I don't even know Nairobi. So now is when I know that we were at Chiromo, and we took that turn and we got to church. And when we get to church, it's just me and the body and my 2 siblings.
No people?
No people. However, there was this very good friend of mine who had come. I think she had been in the circle when we were doing all the planning. So somehow she was there, so she did all the music, thanks to Doreen.
Wow.
And she sang and she sang and she sang. And as we finished, because now the pastor is wondering, how long can I wait? And so he says, I'll be busy after this, so can we have the service?
Yeah.
And so we have this service with just us.
Mm.
And once he's done, the body is taken out, and now we're going to view, and suddenly an outpour of people. So do you go back and start again? You can't.
What happened?
So fast forward, just realize when now I was seeing the advert that he had removed my name first as the wife.
Wow.
And then the service was supposed to be 10 o'clock. It was written 2 p.m.
That's why people came at 2 p.m.
And so there they were coming, showing up at 2 p.m. But yeah.
Somebody had organized to remove your name and change the time for the funeral.
That is what happened.
Wow. Wow.
What do you do? So yeah, that was us. And so he spent the night, like the body spent the night at home where we were staying. And of course for early morning travel. And just before we could travel, there was somebody again who had allocated themselves to just say who's getting in, who's getting in, who's getting in. But in who's getting in, I'm not seeing any of us. Any of us means any of my siblings or my family members. Nobody was called to get in. But yeah. So I asked them, but why are we not getting in? And they go and consult, and suddenly we are being asked, okay, come in. And we sit, and the trip begins. And just before we get to the village, there's a turning, but we turn the other way. And we drive into a petrol station. But before that, I had been asked, where are you sitting? Come. And so I said, move and come and sit this side. And I'm wondering, okay, we've had such a long trip.
Yeah.
Why am I suddenly moving?
Yeah.
And she covers me and she says, come. I said, move down and pass here slowly and come and sit. And so I was covered like this I'm still lost. Like, why am I doing this? So actually in my mind I thought it was culture or remember, I'm young still. So I'm still, I don't know what's happening. And when we get to this station, people are just. Then I call my mom and she says, oh, we are here. So I tell her we are at this petrol station, and she shows up. So when she shows up, my father-in-law, a brother to my father-in-law, steps out and he says, oh, my in-law, let me just tell you, this and this is happening, and people have been fighting. Oh, they want property. I don't know what property. And I keep saying chairs, spoons, cups, because just look at how we were in hospital. What did we gain?
That's true.
Like by the time he was dying, we had nothing. Nothing.
You must have
Literally.
exhausted all the money in the chemo.
All because we actually were depending on funds from friends. Yes.
Now people are squabbling over properties.
Glasses and spoons.
And then one of the uncles,
So he says, he tells my mom, let me just be open to you because you're my in-law. So they're actually fighting that we needed our son's property back home. And my mom is in shock and she's just wondering, okay, what property? So chairs and the conversation is going back and forth, and I call my dad and I tell my dad, and he says, go to the police station. But you see here, as we are speaking, there are people around us.
Yeah.
So some of them went ahead of us. And by the time we got to the police station, none of them would listen to us. And we're like, wow.
People had gone to police station already.
Yes,
To
they
report
had.
what?
So at the police station, as you talk to this one, he says, oh, you go to so-and-so, oh, you go to so-and-so. Oh, then you can hear, but see, you've dealt with those guys. So,
That's true.
and I'm thinking, wow. So my mom says, you go tell them that you are the wife. So I go to the police and he says, who told you they want to kill you? Just go there and find out if they will kill you. And so my mom says, but if they kill you for real? So as we are here having this conversation, the team that had come, they wanted to now stone the house. They're demanding the body. Give us the body, give us the body. Why are we still here? Let's go. And so the house guy comes and tells me, the contract is with you. If there are any damages, it's you who will pay.
Wow.
So please tell me, where am I getting this money? Already, even just hiring was a struggle. So if they destroy, what am I going to pay and how much am I going to pay?
True.
And so these guys decide to open, get the body and give them.
Yeah.
And they had a little, Mazda 1200.
Yes.
And of course the body is sitting like this and part of it is almost falling. And that was the last I ever saw. Yes.
You did not go to the gravesite?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to bury him.
Hello, my single people. Your time has come. Are you ready to cross over? We have put together the biggest convergence of single people, single men, single women, to help you cross over. That will be 14th February at Jacaranda Hotel in Westlands, Nairobi. Let me tell you, this is the one place that you can't miss. It will be two things in one. It will be meet and mingle, and it will be a skills impartation. I'll be teaching you the things that you can do to hasten, to expedite, to cross over with decisiveness. And if this is your time, do not miss. Grab your tickets at www.benjaminzuluglobal.com and see you there. They were still threatening.
So you remember, this is like many kilometers. We haven't gotten home yet. Okay? So at the police station here, after the body left, so we are here like, okay, so what happens? So we get back into the house and move to the next little town. And an aunt of mine had a hotel there, so that's where we went and spent the evening and the night. And early in the morning, my dad comes over and my uncles are all here, and they just say, you know what? So my dad had actually gone to a lawyer and asked the lawyer to, what do we do in such a case? And he says, well, we're going to stop this burial. But the lawyer, thanks to whoever he was, he tells my dad, yes, we can do this, but for how long are we going to keep this body? And after we do this, is he coming back to life?
Yeah.
What do you want to achieve? And maybe that was the best thing he ever did. And he said, let's go. And so they went with the body, and we were here. And of course, so we go to our village, and we all stay there for a few days, a week, and I'm back to Nairobi.
So the day they traveled was not the burial day. The burial day was the next day.
Like 2 days. So we traveled on a Friday. So the body would spend the night on
the
Sabbath.
vigil, yes.
Yeah, and then bury on Sunday.
Wow.
Yes.
You did not manage to get that compound.
No, I did not. I did not.
Whew. How greedy. I mean, so what did they manage to get? Did they follow you, Nairobi?
So the following day, that was Friday evening. Saturday morning, we are just waking up and my auntie has done breakfast for us and we are seated here and the team shows up. And, oh, we are here. Oh, let's just go. Oh, so there's a round table meeting. And my dad and my uncles, my parents are just asking, like, really, what was this about? I remember being asked to just step aside so they could have the conversation as adults. And at the end of the day, I remember my dad telling me, Beatrice, get into the car. Let's go home.
Wow.
Yeah. And I tried. I said, could we? Could I just? But one of my uncles said, you know what? You cannot go to a place where people are so violent. What if they kill you?
True.
Then what?
True.
And Daddy said, little girl, get in.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So did you retain the car?
Oh, that car. So a few days before he died, he had actually taken this car to a garage. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And after this burial, you even reminded me, I'd forgotten. I come back and I can't figure out which garage he had taken this car to. And I cannot figure out. So, and he didn't tell me which garage this car had gone to. So I flipped through his diary and I see a mechanic. And I dial that number. And I say, hello, do you have this car in your garage? He said, yes. I said, so where's your garage? And he says, oh, the owners of the car even came, they're picking it tomorrow. I said, who are the owners? Because I have the logbook and everything. Yeah, so.
Those people followed that car?
Yes, they actually went there, and but I had the logbook and everything, so I told these guys, if you give them, I have the logbook, then you'll be accused. I actually found his mother touching the car and saying, this is the only child I have left.
Wow.
So it was a very difficult space to be, and I just walked away, but I told them, here is the logbook I have. If you give out the car to somebody and it's not theirs, then you will know how to deal with it. However, many weeks later, I wasn't able to, I wasn't going to manage that car. So there was a friend of his who, so he grew up in the village, and when he moved to Nairobi, he says, for example, Benjamin hosted me. I've always wanted to reward or to say thank you to Benjamin, but I do not. And this is something he talked about so many times. And after this happened, I called that guy and I said, hi, how are you? Where are you? Do you want a car? Here, take.
For free or for sale?
I didn't know how to sell a car. What am I selling? How am I selling?
Wow.
I gave the key. If this is going to give me peace, so be it. But at that point also, I was buying a car from somebody else, a friend, so that's what I followed up and got my little car. And yeah, so that one went.
That was a roller coaster period.
Yes.
So now coming to healing and grief, did you find support? Was there therapy?
So that, as we started, you asked me what I do. So I'm a nurse, I'm a counselor, I'm a mediator, I'm a social worker, I am many things.
Yes.
So in your mind you have had these things of, oh, you know, when you're going through grief, you can go through counseling, or when you have a challenge, you can go and get a counseling. And I go to a retreat somewhere and I'm shown a counselor and I book an appointment. And I sit in the counseling room and I ask myself, what is this? Like, is this counseling? Because I felt like I left there more broken than I went in. I said, maybe it's just today. I went a second time. But every time I went, the words that came out from that mouth, and I said, wow, this is counseling?
That's true. No empathy.
Zero.
Wow.
Zero. Zero. And yeah, that was it. And so I stepped and left that room saying, I'm going to back to school and I'm going to study counseling. And here I am.
That was the resolve.
Yes.
You did counseling while still working as a nurse.
Yes. So, and this was very interesting because I have a very good friend who would ask me, because I would cry most of the evenings and just iron his clothes and wait and ask God, please allow him to come back one more day.
You ironed his clothes?
Every single day, and polished his shoes and just, could you just come back one more day?
Because the closure of burial?
Zero. I had zero closure.
You are not allowed?
No. Like, did you just die? Like, have you just gone? Like, just like that? No, please come back one more day. Then now we can talk about you went, And please remember, he wanted to die. I still, no, I wasn't seeing death.
True,
okay?
True.
So I'm trying to get help, but this help is not forthcoming. And so one of my friends says, oh, but there's a school here. Can we go and check it out? And we check it out, and there I was. I enrolled, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yes.
Beatrice, that is very intense.
Yeah.
How many years did it take you to consider love again?
Ooh. Would I say 4 years?
4 years.
4 years.
Had you healed now? You had released his clothes, no longer hoping for his return?
I like the friends I have.
Oh.
Because one of my friends had noticed how I would iron these clothes.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I felt like this person was supporting me. So the person told me, today have you ironed? This weekend I want you to wash all those clothes, Wash them nicely and iron them nicely. I don't even know, for whatever reason, I was feeling like for once somebody feels like I'm doing something that is right, and polish all those shoes. And my friend walked into the house and asked, so did you wear the clothes? This is the last. Stop killing yourself. Stop being selfish. Somebody needs these clothes. Somebody needs these shoes. You have been waiting for this person to come back and wear these shoes. Where are they?
True.
And I think that was the beginning of my healing. And those things were taken away. I have never asked where those things went to, but that was how I was actually asked, pick what you want, but I was just wondering, what am I picking, Clothes, shoes. I had my little attachment of photos and my wedding pictures, but even just thinking about it, my brothers won't fit in these clothes. They wouldn't even want them. The people who I would have handed over to have been something else. So I handed over the clothes. I think they were given out to a church or something.
So now after that, how long did it take?
Fast forward. So yeah, I met this person.
How many years later?
4 years.
4 years later?
Yeah.
You are around 30 years then?
Yes, much. No, so maybe more.
Okay.
5 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And
so
then,
date this person. But then my first thing is, this is my life. This has been my past.
Oh yeah.
Here is the space where I am at. Are you willing to deal with that? And can I say the rest is history?
Did you have a former marriage yourself?
Not at all. Never been married.
No children?
No children, no nothing. No nothing. I walked down the aisle again.
Again?
So I had the opportunity to
Did you?
to have another dream wedding.
Was there nervous? Were you nervous? Was there those flashbacks? I've done this before, it ended badly. Did you get any psychological resistance?
Not at all. Not
Wow.
at all. I think I had really dealt
Okay.
I had really dealt, because by the time I was meeting him, this is where I am. This is where I am at. Are you able to deal with this? This has been my past.
Wow.
So here I am. Are you okay with that?
Wow. Wow. How many years into this marriage now?
Oh no. Oh my goodness. I have. Oh, let's see. 18.
Wow. Congratulations.
18.
So you found consolation, you found rest.
Life has a way of just reshaping you, and God has a way of putting things in place. I want to tell you, this guy died in April and was buried on this particular date. On the day that this guy was buried is now my current husband's birthday.
What? What?
I will
Wow.
turn your sorrows into joy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally. Literally.
You attribute your faith to
Yes,
a lot of things that have
literally.
happened.
Literally. I don't think I've read the Bible that much then. And my biggest thing was that, is there anything I can hold on to? And my faith was it. My faith was it, because I am the father of the fatherless.
True.
My dad kept giving me verses, and he said, Beatrice, you know, the Lord says you're the apple of his eye.
True.
And so if I would go through something, I would remember what my father told me.
True.
I would go back to a verse. And I have numerous stories of when I have said, now today, God. And when I put him on test and I said, today, God, by the end of the day, I will actually get help that I needed.
True.
Yes.
Wow.
It wasn't easy, I must say. It wasn't easy, but yes, here we are today.
Wow.
Here we are today.
Wow. You guys are blessed now. You have a family. Flourish.
I have 3 amazing children,
Wow.
and
Wow.
we're doing well.
That is so wonderful
God
to hear.
is good. Thank you.
As we come to a close of this story, I want you to tell people now, where do you practice? Can people come share stories of that kind?
So I'm hired as a nurse.
Okay. Oh, you work as a nurse.
I am a
get
nurse.
You're right.
Yes. Where I work for an organization where I'm a nurse.
But you've written a book.
I have written a book. Yes, I have. And so when I do counseling, I do most of the time in church.
In church, all right.
Because I feel like I wanted to give out.
So where can people access this book?
Oh yeah, so thank you for asking that. Nuria Bookshop in town, they could go there and get a copy.
And is there, what is coming up? Are you trying to launch this story to podcasts or sharing stories? So it's such an inspiration. You know, some people have suffered that kind of persecution by in-laws, grief, disease, and not many people rise up to smile again. Some people need the help. You are late. How are you? Are you getting to TikTok, Facebook? Are you going to get there?
Apparently I did a story like this somewhere. I didn't quite do a story, I just shared.
Yeah.
We went to talk on mental health, and somebody got to capture my story and has shared it all over on TikTok, and it's all over. I'm sure this is not a new story to some. Currently I just speak in churches and just to encourage. I don't know where this is taking me, but I'm trusting that the Lord will open a way. However, for now, my book is on, and whoever wants to get the detail and the many things that happened in between, yes, please get a book.
Thank you so much, Beatrice. That was so touching. Thank you for sharing your story. I hope it will be the light and the guide for many to come out. And our good viewers, that was the story for today. I hope now you see that you can rise up. You can love again. You can have another life.
Yes.
You can write another story. Thank you, and see you next time.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu.